Hey guys, and welcome to another cast of salts. Once again, you have as your lovely, handsome, beautiful hosts, Adam to my right.
Hello.
And it is me, Bin.
Oh man, we're running low on members.
Holding down the fort, keeping it strong. While it's just us, I'm just going to keep complimenting the shit out of us. And then once the others come back into the picture, we'll just go back to our usual sorts of intros. Anyway, as per usual, if you're watching on YouTube and whatnot, check out some of our other stuff. A little bit of Mega Man that has come through recently.
Yes.
If that's your jam, check it out. Watch Adam and Carl fail so goddamn badly at everything that they do on that game.
We really try, right?
You tried. A for effort.
We did.
But God damn you.
Effort, F for performance.
Yeah, but God damn you sucked. And then check out some of our old stuff. There's a few years worth of content on there. But if there's anything you want to see, just let us know. We'll get a few new vids up and there for your entertainment. And similarly, jump onto our Discord. Lots of conversation, lots of fun happening there.
Yep.
All sorts of different channels we've got going on. If there's anything you want to discuss, bring it into. Just throw it in. Get in there. Get involved. There's a bunch of people that are bound to get involved with whatever your choice of topic is. And similarly, if you can check us out on iTunes.
There's actually a lot of members in there too. It's not just the five of us.
We're not just talking to ourselves anymore.
No, it's not just a group chat. It's actually like an actual Discord server full of people.
It's a community. Can you believe it?
Oh my god.
So yeah, just jump on and check it out. So let's get straight into the swing of things. Before we touch on the key topic on our minds, is there anything that has happened to you, Adam, over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, so we're filming this on like a Sunday afternoon, and the reason we're not doing it in the morning like usual is because I spent the day at a day spa today.
Oh,
it was so good.
Man of leisure.
Yeah, I was like chilling out and getting massages, and I got the good kind of facial, and then yeah.
For some people, both types of facials are a good kind of facial.
I mean that's whatever you want, man. Whatever, like I'm not gonna.
Which one are you referring to?
I ain't gonna yucky.
I think you still need to clarify.
No, people
may not know.
I got the facial where they put like soothing bath scrubs and things. It was very pleasurable. It's also very pleasurable. It was great.
Okay, let's just move right past that point.
It's good. I'm all refreshed.
Whereabouts is this?
It's in
day spa.
It's in right near Broadway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So for anyone like Sydney people, are just
Sydney
like
bound. Recommend?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it was nice. So we went it was for Leah's birthday. It was a bit belated because it's been a while, but it was for her birthday. I came up with the idea that she should go for a spa. I also said that I should go. And then
hear me out.
And then she booked it. So realistically,
it was
my birthday present to her, but I got
the present for you.
It's great.
Hear me out here. I have a great idea for your present.
How about I
go
to a spa?
And you organize. How does that sound, honey?
Fantastic. It's great.
Nice. Good stuff.
So how has your week been?
Mine's been pretty chill. Have you seen the trailer or even watched any of Umbrella Academy?
No, I have seen the trailer for it. I have seen the trailer. Is the show any good? I've seen people who are talking about it.
It's enjoyable.
Okay.
It's definitely enjoyable. I like where it's going.
It honestly seemed like a better version of Titans, which is also recently on Netflix.
I haven't seen Titans per se, so I can't really say.
Like the whole aesthetic of kind of late teens, early 20s, the target demographic, kind of like superpower based, but also kind of like kind of like not childish, but like kind of like
still young, still quite
weird,
young,
and it's definitely not like for adults. It's more like it's more for the young adult.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That's what I kind of saw.
I would say this one has more depth.
Yeah, but it looked good. I was like, I'd watch it.
It's definitely worth a watch. I would recommend that for everybody. For me, it has been somewhat predictable. But that's not to say that it will be predictable for everybody. I think I've just kind of know that kind of a genre a little too well, if that makes sense.
You just like
and so picking things out. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything for people listening, but definitely recommend it. I'm halfway through. I like, again, in terms of picking things out, I kind of have an idea as to how things are going to pan out over the next couple of episodes. So I'm going to keep watching and see.
You need to write it down on a sheet of paper and then like hold it up at the end, and you're like, got it, nailed it. It's like Snape kills Dumbledore. And you're like, yes,
I know it.
Called it.
Jon Snow is actually would that be is that too early to spoil?
Actually, so start when the next season starts. Then it's just like you're a full season behind.
Like, dude, yeah, it's on you.
Once you're a full season behind, you're it's fucking open season.
To be fair,
people complain
this
that
season,
like, you can't tell me Ned Stark died, and I'm like, that was halfway through season
that
1,
was
and we're
5 years ago.
And and at that point I was like, we're on season. At that point it was like 4, and I'm like, get fucked. Like, live with it. It's your fault. If you're like, you know what? I want the whole show to come out. So I'm going to wait a decade and then watch it. And if anyone spoils it for me in the decade to come, I'm going to be personally very mad at them.
I'm going to be pissy at you for the next 10 years. No. Well, even this latest season was supposed to come out last year, but got delayed, right?
Yeah.
So
that comes out. It's in April. That's really soon.
Very soon.
So you got till April, and then you can be like, Jon Snow is...
Then we're talking all about that shit.
Yeah.
All up in your face. Anywho, another piece of exciting news for me is I'm starting to actually look at new apartments. I'm probably going to be moving soon.
Holy shit.
So it's going to change the dynamic here a little bit. No more five minute away.
Like 5 minute drive over in 5 minutes.
By the way, I'm coming over. Boop, hello, I'm here.
Hello.
But that's not going to stop me from coming over for D&D. That shit is set in stone.
Oh, we should. Okay, so that was a really funny thing is what happened. God, it was like maybe was it last week or the week before? That we were gonna have like dinner guests over. This just shows like our relationship like off camera is like we're gonna have people over.
Yes.
And we just like, and Leah messaged the day of, and the people were just like, "Oh, I thought you meant," because we said like, "Oh, Friday the 13th. Does that sound good?" Or Friday the 14th or whatever it was. And they're like, "Oh yeah, great." And then it turns out because February's like that weird 28-day month, you know,
this month.
This Friday the 14th or whatever it is February, and there's also a Friday the 14th of March.
Yeah.
And because we plan these things with these people like months in advance, they thought we meant March and we meant February, and we were just like, "Say, come on over tonight." And they're like, "Yeah, this time, right?" And it was like, "Right, guys," what? And they're like, "Oh, we thought next month."
And we're like.
Cool. So Leah cooked Leah had cooked like a meal, and we were just like, "Oh, we're not gonna eat this." And then I was just like,
"You know who will?"
we could just call Ben, and Ben's like, "I'll be right over." Want some then? There's some enchiladas. Hell yeah, I want some enchiladas.
You know who we can trust to eat our food?
Who can be over here in 5 minutes to eat dinner
and lives around the corner? I wonder. Who's most likely to say yes to random dinner plans? What's that food? I'll be right there. I'm already here.
I've already eaten dinner, but I'll eat it some more.
That is so very, very accurate.
That's great. Have a good night.
Yeah, that was fun actually. So I think we might start. I might start doing that a little bit more, inviting you guys over as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening in my general stratosphere. But yeah, so no, 100%. I reckon give Umbrella Academy a bit of a watch, see how it goes. I reckon you'll enjoy it. I know Ben's seen it and he enjoyed it.
It does seem like a very Ben show.
There's a character in it that's 100% Ben. Like, it's not even.
Is it his favorite character?
I reckon so. I like. It's not even a. That kind of reminds me of Ben. It is a, I cannot believe that's not Ben. Like
they've been spying on him.
It is such a Ben character.
Really?
The dude is, again, don't want to spoil it. Just watch it and you'll see exactly what I mean. It is 100% Ben.
He's one of the main characters?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll get the, after this, I'll put up the little the photo of all of them, and I want to point to that one and be like, is it that one?
Is that him? Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, anyway, let's get into the swing of things.
Start.
I believe last time we were talking, we were talking quite in depth about the forthcoming of Anthem.
We were talking about that, and we were also talking about like Apex
Legends and whatnot.
As an update, that game is still fucking killing it. Even more so than when we talked about it 2 weeks ago. Like, it's just like, oh my god. And I haven't actually played it that much. I didn't play it nearly as much as I thought I would be. But like, I've been like super busy and been playing other things.
And aka Anthem. So,
and yes,
tell us. Give me the lowdown.
We're recording this on Sunday. Hopefully.
Sunday the 24th of
If the stars
February.
align, you'll be seeing this on the 25th. But we'll see what happens. And yeah, it's like big shrug here. But so the game has been released in Australia, and this is like that nightmare chart that was like, if you've got access, you can play it on this, and if you got it on PC, and what pre-order you can play and log in when, and the VIP demo and the open beta and all that kind of stuff. So the official release date of it's out for everyone, go nuts, was the 22nd. So that was on Friday.
Friday the 22nd.
Yes,
correct.
Went home, had a birthday party to go to. It was like, oh, well, this thing is like 40 something gig. I'll install it and I'll come back and play it on Saturday.
I'm going to leave that to download.
So
it still pisses me off.
I know, it's just insane. Dude, I had to delete so much shit off my Xbox just to fit it on. It's crazy. So installed it, started playing Saturday. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts. Some good.
Yeah.
Some not so good. So there's been a lot of reviews at the moment, been hammering it about loading times. There are a lot of loading screens.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, they've already pushed a patch out, and when I was playing it on Saturday,
improved.
it was fine.
Yeah.
So the loading times are okay. Like they're not like really quick.
Yeah.
But they were, for me, passable. Where I was seeing video footage of people playing in the week leading up to the official launch, because they had Origin Access Premiere. Yeah. And so they were playing there, and apparently I've seen the video footage, and the loading times are
insane.
Just
like
hot
minutes,
shit. They're terrible. Yeah, awful. So when I'm playing it, my first impression was like,
not bad.
Loading times are acceptable. Yeah. There's a lot of loading screens, but fine. There's a couple of, there's last time on the last podcast we mentioned about like how the economy of getting new items and stuff is. I don't like, there's not a lot. That's the thing at the moment. There's like a few pieces in the store where you can buy it for coin or for like the actual paid currency. Yep. And there's like 1 to 2 suits for each class available. Okay. Some only one. Yeah. And I'm like, but is it
reasonable as a starting point though? Like,
you get 40,000 coins from logging in. Yeah. And then the first, and like one set, which is like epic, which is like the purple, which is like
the best.
I think it's the second highest.
Legendary would be the highest, and that would be like
gold. Masterwork, then epic, then rare, then uncommon.
Yeah.
It's the same, almost
it's
the same.
Always the same.
It's the same colors as Destiny.
Yeah.
And it's almost the same colors as
It's what Apex Legends is. It's what Overwatch is.
Standard coloring of everything. Yeah. So it's like purple tier, and it was like 61,000 coins
for purple.
I was playing. So I got to level 9 in one day, and that was like maybe 4 or 5 hours of playing. Or maybe even 6. I played for a fair bit, and I got maybe 10,000 coins. Yeah. I'm on 51,000, I think. So realistically, okay. It took me a while.
Good solid chunk of time.
Most of the coins are like you have to get feats. Yeah. So you get coins from doing your dailies, and the thing is, and all the dailies and weeklies are like finish 2 strongholds, and I'm like, strongholds aren't even unlocked for me, and I've been playing for 6 hours. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether the game wants me to grind out in the world, and then I can start, because the thing is,
will scale.
I only did 1 daily because that was the only one that I physically get done at the level I was at, and I was like, So
it's
and the thing is, and you don't pick up. You pick up to unlock new physical pieces of armor. You have to get this thing called Ember, which is, and then
crafting material,
craft something.
Yeah,
and but you have to have the blueprint for it as well. And the moment you get the blueprints from like for guns, I haven't gotten a blueprint for armor, so I'm like, at the moment, I'm just like, do I need to buy armor pieces, or can I just like I'm not sure at the moment how new armor pieces work. Painting is great; you can just paint everything up. So it feels like there's some level of customization.
Yeah,
but
at least, yeah.
But the thing is, like, when I got my I actually want to go back and rewatch my customization video that I did to see how much stuff was worth when I bought a helmet. Yeah. Because from memory, it was 2,000 coins. Now it's like 18,000.
Yeah. And I'm like, they've scaled it up way too much.
And it seems a bit bizarre. Like, I'm not. And there's only one other thing I can buy. Like, if I'm like a ranger, I go to buy, there is one helmet in there. And I'm like, I don't know if more stuff is going to become available to me.
It would have to. It would have to.
It just doesn't seem like...
If it's so sparse.
It's really... Yeah, that's the thing.
If it's so sparse, it's just like, you'd get over it so quickly. It's just like, okay, I'm kind of done with this now.
Even models, like, so they have, like, the aesthetic stores where you're like, oh, buy these pieces of armor. And then there's models of, like, armor suits on mannequins and stuff. Yeah. To kind of, like, be like, oh, this person
This is what it looks like, yeah.
And here's some demo stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff on the mannequins aren't
available
in the store, and I'm like, am I missing something? Like, so this again, so I'm more confused at this point about how some of that stuff works.
Yep.
The missions are kind of a bit samey. A lot of it is like fly its objective, fight the thing, kill all the things, stand at this point
and hold
pick
off
this thing up.
Yeah.
There's a few kind of things that they recycle.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of wish
it
there was
doesn't
a
have
bit
you
more
by the balls.
variety.
You're not like it hasn't blown your mind.
To
you
be honest,
haven't really
the
just
mission
been
that
like...
I played in the demo in my first Anthem video, which you can see on the channel, that was like, I love that mission, and I've actually liked that mission, and I haven't played it yet in the game, but I like that more than anything I've played currently
so far,
because that was still shooting things, holding a point, and then going around, and then at the end there was this puzzle where you had to like turn dials and then like
to
the
open
colored
the path.
portals.
Yeah.
And you had to get 3 portals, but there were no there was nothing in the room to tell you
what you had to do. You just had to figure it out.
And then you end up figuring out, you were seeing like these random little sigils around the place. And you're like, oh, there's a red little sigil up in the corner, and the closest portal to that is this portal.
That one, so maybe make it
that has to be red.
The red portal.
And that one has to be orange. And you kind of...
But you had
to fly around the room because there were these tiny little sigils in like a big environment. So you'd have to like go and explore and find them. And I was like, that's cool. That's a fun little puzzle. And I didn't, and that wasn't a stronghold. That was just a straight up mission. Yeah. And I haven't come across that yet. And I was kind of like, I really liked how that mission played. And
now you haven't given me any of that.
I'm doing the same kind of things over and over. So I kind of want to see a bit more variation in what the actual gameplay offers. The shooting is fun. Weapons are fun. The actual core of the game is enjoyable. And that's why, for me anyway, I've seen reviews and people like, oh, it bored me. And I'm like, understandable. I'm also a Destiny player, so like I'm used to that. The game is unmistakably Destiny-like. Like, I just don't think anyone could be like, oh, yeah, this game, like, they clearly made it with the intent of being like, we're going to do our Destiny. Yeah. Very, very clearly. Yeah. The game functions very similarly.
Okay.
No, so I'm still kind of like, I like it and I'm going to keep playing it. And I think that if you hang on in, you're going to see more stuff and you're going to enjoy it. Yeah. But at the moment, it feels like they have built a solid shell of a game. Yeah. Of which they could put cool stuff in, but if they don't, I'm going to probably... I could foresee myself dropping off this game in maybe a month. Yeah. If they haven't given me more cool shit. Yeah. In a month, I'm going to be like, I finished the main story. I've unlocked all my javelins. I've played around with all of them. I've customized them.
I'm done here.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. So I'm going to need a bit more to hold me in on this. And you can't make clans as far as I've seen it either.
You can't?
No. So there's an alliance system, which is like friends that in your friends list that you've played with,
Right.
and anyone that you've made friends with, you all contribute coins to each other.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so the more stuff I do, you might get coins from me because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this, because the in-game is like, another freelancer somewhere that you're friends with has like done all this
Completed
stuff for you,
this
and
thing.
here's your cut,
Here's
or
your
here's
cut of it.
whatever. So, like, it makes sense, but there's no like clan.
Okay.
So you just be friends.
It's just, yeah.
Any of your friends on your friends list or in your
That
or
are
even
playing as
people
well.
that you've recently played with,
Yeah.
have done
Something.
so well and have a certain alliance tier. That means they contribute more to you.
Okay.
So, but it's
might not be a
but
bad
it's not
system.
like a clan.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you make a clan and you run stuff together.
Yeah.
Like in Destiny or WoW or lots of other things.
So from my understanding of this is, I absolutely do think it is a shell. Like,
Yeah.
I 100% think they've just been like, let's get something out there, get people playing.
Yeah.
And we'll do very quick, regular updates to introduce more things and build up the game. Introduce more weapons and armor, introduce more customizations, introduce more missions, introduce more story arcs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Has to be the case. I would be super surprised if it's not the case.
Yeah.
And then again, I think being very low level in early stages, that's why
Yeah.
it's so grindy and that's why things are still locked, I reckon. And maybe they've just scaled it back. Like, they haven't quite hit the mark on the scaling.
There was also a massive issue as well. They said there's this one point in the game, which is the point in the game I just hit, where they're like, to get to the next story mission, you have to visit 4 tombs and solve the tombs to get the location of the 5th tomb, which is where you need to be to progress the story. The 4 tombs, you have to do a whole bunch of challenges in free to unlock to access each
tomb. Yep.
They're not easy challenges.
Yep.
And beforehand, you could only start the challenges when you got to that point in the game. So you
Right.
literally got to that point and you're like, okay, now spend the next 6
X number
to
of
10
hours.
hours in free roam trying to get these fucking challenges done.
Yeah.
So it was a really bad grind.
Yeah.
But by the time, and people were complaining about that as well. So a lot of reviews you see, people have smashed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I hit that point, and by level 3, they actually unlocked the ability to start progressing on the challenges. So when you hit it at level 9, then I've got 2 to 3 out of generally 4 of the challenges already done.
Right.
So I only have to do a bit extra now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
It's like, this is much better now. Like,
It is.
Yeah. So,
But
and I think,
I
and
think
I
there's a lot
hope,
of fine tuning.
and that's exactly it. I hope
Yeah.
that they're fine tuning it. I hope. So from everything you've just described to me, it sounds like it has the potential to be an amazing game. The way that they've just configured it and put it out there to people isn't quite right. And so it's frustrating. You can see the potential, but you're hamstrung into having to do certain things, having to grind like a lot more than you should have to.
Yeah.
Like only earning so little when everything costs so much. Like in regards to what we were talking about in terms of the economy, and just buying inventory and whatnot. So hopefully, I imagine it would be over the next couple of weeks to a month or so.
Yeah.
They'll kind of tweak and clean that up. Some things they may not. And who knows? It might not be all and end all.
This feels a lot like when I started playing the first Destiny, like the first one. And to be honest, that game was not great when it first came out. Vanilla of Destiny 1 is really not good. But like I enjoyed the story mode, and then I kind of fell off and came back for the expansions and stuff. But the things that they did well is that Bungie was consistently listening, and they realized that they'd missed the mark with a lot of stuff, mainly because Blizzard Activision actually got them to push the date out when they weren't ready.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I think they said, yeah, we can't deliver by this day. We need more time. And Activision Blizzard were like, nope, it's going out. We've advertised it.
We've made commitments.
You do. You just put it
get
out and
something
patch
out
it in
there.
post.
Yeah.
And that game really suffered because of it. But you know, they listen to the community because Bungie is very good with their community management, and they listen to the community and they put the stuff in place they need to put in place. And by the end of Destiny 1, people fucking love Destiny 1. The start of Destiny 2, where I liked the start of Destiny 2, but most people, their opinion was like, we're going up, 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 and then Destiny 1 was like where everyone wanted it.
Yeah.
And then Destiny 2
Kind of
wasn't
started
as bad as Destiny 1 vanilla,
but it started.
it wasn't.
It
to
wasn't at the
standard
bar that
of-
Destiny 1 had set.
At the end of Destiny 1.
And so
And now
that,
it's climbed, and now it's
it's at a bar
opinion
again.
is it's better than Destiny 1
when it
at its peak.
Yeah.
But then there's like
and
So-
you see, so that kind of reaffirms my thoughts on the matter. Is now I'm like, yeah, no, it makes sense that Bungie have just gone, okay, let's
Yeah.
put something out there. Let's actually
Yeah.
get feedback rather than going, let's build this monolith and have everything that we want in it and then put it out and then be like, shit,
Yeah.
we really missed the mark and people are pissed about this thing and then we have to
we
redo
have to
everything.
rip things
Let's
out
kind
or
of
Yeah.
make it low scale, get it out there, get people to play it,
Yeah.
observe and then tweak it.
Having said that, though, I do understand that, but at this point as well, I do feel like you still want to make a good first impression on your game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if the standard impression, and a lot of the reviews coming out immediately for Anthem were, game's okay, but there's so many problems with it.
Yeah.
So realistically, like that already hurts your marketing, and it already when you hear game looks fantastic, is really dull though.
Yeah.
Then immediately people go, I'm not going to buy it then.
Yeah.
So like you really need to put your like you don't
Like,
want
you
to
need
pack it full of
something
stuff,
to sell
but
it,
you
yeah.
need an interesting core, and they
Yeah.
have some fun gameplay in there, but it's just like
It's not quite enough.
It's just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And realistically, my opinion of this is like there should be a nugget that's a bit brighter than what is currently there.
Yeah.
It should be better than what it is. And I'm a little disappointed with that. Having said that though, I was also playing this all of yesterday because I was the first in my friend group to get it. I was playing this largely by myself. I did jump in with some public expeditions as well.
Yep.
But I did some private, even though the game was like, are you sure you shouldn't be playing this privately? You should be playing it in a group. You should be playing matchmaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to experience this. Like every time I play public, people just run off and
Run
do the
off
thing,
and
and
do
I
their
don't
own
get
shit, and it
experience.
just annoys
everything.
you. Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm doing it, I'm either gonna do it with mates or I kind of
Or you do it on your own.
story things.
Yeah.
I actually want to take this in. Although it is a lot harder by yourself.
Yeah,
like
I can
the
imagine.
missions are actually designed for
Groups. Yeah.
Because there was a few bits where I was just like,
There's no way you can do it on your own.
like I was running everything on normal, and I was like, I wasn't dying, but I was like millimeters from death numerous times. So I
all
was
the
just
time.
like, and then I'd do it with a group of 3 other
And you just like
people
breeze through it.
4 other javelins, and you just fucking rinse everything, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, that was really easy,
significantly
just
easier.
completely just
Yeah.
piss easy. But anyway, so I think the game is good. There needs to be more. Just like it's hard to give a solid thing on these games because they're live services. They're going to improve.
Yeah.
If my recommendation would be, if you have friends that all want to get it together,
Yeah.
do it.
Fantastic.
Some of my mates have already got it. A lot of other friends being like, "Hey, how are you enjoying it?" Like they're kind of using me as
It's
the
like
barometer.
yeah.
And if you have that, and you have a group of people that you're confident that you're going to be able to play with consistently, give it a go.
Go for it.
It's fun and it's a cool little flavor. And to BioWare's credit, they have been listening. The main 2 things people were complaining about within the first week of release, again,
Loading time.
This is fucking crazy. Like week of release in quotes, like of the access premiere people.
Yeah.
The 2 main things they were complaining about have already been
Addressed.
substantially fixed. So there are some other core problems with the game, which they're getting to, but clearly BioWare are listening. Clearly they give a shit. And even though like our opinion on EA is like right on the fucking floor, BioWare is a good studio, and they're like Bungie in the way that they've always been known for like their strong community fan base
and taking things on.
and yeah, and it's actually very funny when you think about that because Destiny is like Bungie, this beloved developer, and then Activision Blizzard, and everyone's like, well, at that point when Destiny 1 came out, I think it was just Activision. I don't think they'd merged at that point.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, I don't like Activision.
Why would you do this?
And then now that's soured and they've split up. But then you've got Anthem, who is effectively your Destiny main competitor.
Yeah.
And it is BioWare, a beloved developer with a strong fan base.
Yeah.
With EA, a notorious villain. And I was just like,
man, why are you keep doing this?
What's happening, man?
Why do you keep doing this, guys?
Like everything. There's so many Destiny parallels to this fucking game. But anyway, there's actually some other stuff we're going to go through Anthem related as well.
Yep.
Is, as we were talking about before, they have recently, as of like maybe 10 hours ago, there is now a 90-day schedule.
Yeah.
And I think they've done this because they've seen the lukewarm responses, and they've seen people be like,
"Wish there was more."
Yeah, man, we need kind of more on this. Need more, and then
worry not, people.
They've really come out and been like, "We got you, we got you."
Hang tight.
There is a plan, and here we go, and here it is. So they said there's been recurring updates here, so they've got consistent. They said quality of life fixes are going to be coming consistently throughout the first 90 days, which is good. It's what we want. Daily, weekly, monthly challenges. Yeah, of course. And story refreshes, blah, blah, blah. That's all standard operating procedure. If they hadn't done that, they were really fucked. So February 2019. So, this is already,
this month
or the next week, I guess at that point then, because it's already the 24th. February 2019 is a new free play event. Again, free play events are the same as public events in Destiny, where you drop in and there's like a world event going on.
Yeah.
But then there's like something happens. And again, very Destiny 1, there's no marker to tell you when it drops.
Yeah.
And I've never seen one.
You just go figure it out.
So I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But okay, so there's some new free play events so mix up some new things. There's 3 new free play events. So that they're launching in the next week.
Sharp Shaper Surge.
Yep.
And Outlaw Outrage.
So they're pretty much there's some of the factions you'll be fighting.
Yep.
March is now the Evolving World. So they've got Stronghold caches,
new
items.
items.
So there's new legendary missions coming out, and then they've got a few things here that are locked. So I think they're saying there's some stuff in here, but maybe that's spoiler territory.
Yeah.
And they've got some new events in April.
Just
again,
more stuff, a lot more stuff.
Expansion progressions,
Yeah.
It looks a lot like
free play events. A lot of free play events.
Things.
New Stronghold.
So Stronghold is also a strike.
Yeah.
So it's your harder next level of event. So it does look like they're gonna put a lot more stuff in. And that's in the first 9 days. So that's up to April. And then there's May 2019. The Cataclysm.
That looks cool.
So from lore and
then more coming. Act 2, Act 3.
Then there's 3 things they've done.
That is very cool.
Yeah. So what a cataclysm is in the context of the game. A cataclysm is something that
like a world-changing event.
Well, it's this thing that in the event Anthem is actually, this is not spoiling anything because it explains it in the first 15 seconds. The game is also kind of difficult with lore. Like, they throw a lot of shit at you, and I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Wait, what?
What?
So, basically, the word Anthem, the reason the game is called Anthem, is because the whole thing is about this thing called the Anthem of Creation. Effectively, it's like, they refer to it as like the music of the gods. Basically, it's like this force in the world that can create things.
Right.
That is basically like this kind of almost like deity level shit going on. And there is a lot of things in place that at the moment, a lot of times things get created, like huge monsters that want to kill everyone.
Yep.
So things are put in place, and then the Shapers is what you mentioned before. The Shapers are these constructs from an early civilization that could somehow shape the anthem
to
create certain
things that they want to create.
So quite often the Shapers, like, we've got to keep them in check because they're often creating monsters and shit.
Right.
So you got to be like, we got to fix this and make sure no one activates the fucking relics. and quite often when one of these relics sets off and the anthem fires off and creates these huge fucking massive monsters, like they're huge, Godzilla, Godzilla-esque monsters.
Yeah.
That's called a cataclysm.
Okay.
So it looks by something they're gonna have my guess, a cataclysm is what they're gonna be raids.
Yeah.
That's my equivalent.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a raid.
like it.
Which cool. I'm excited for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's gonna be more stuff coming in. Hopefully they're gonna keep me playing because that's what they need. And I think that...
And I 100% think that's their intention. Like,
yeah.
I hadn't seen this before we started this podcast. And this just solidifies the thought in my mind. They were like, quickly get something out there. Let people experience it. Let them start giving us feedback. We already have this plan, but we can tweak this plan based on feedback. But hey, don't freak out that we've just given you this shit shell of a game and we forget about it. Here's this list of exactly what we're planning to do. Hang tight. Enjoy the game. Grind a little bit while you're waiting. But cool shit is coming.
Yeah, well, and so, okay, so here's the thing. We've been talking about this for like 20-something minutes now. We've been going into it. I've bought this game and I am confident I will continue playing. Looking at this list, I'll probably play it until at least April.
Yeah.
I'll play till April. We'll experience some cool
See
stuff.
what happens.
And then I'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly right.
Benjamin.
Yes.
I know you said from all the art, this is the kind of thing that you'd be really interested in. This is something that you would be like, this is a game for me.
This is...
After seeing the reviews,
Yep.
the kind of lukewarm reviews, going through what is in the game currently, how it operates, seeing some videos on YouTube, looking at these updates, where would you lie now?
So where I lie now is still 100% keen for it.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, okay, so that's interesting.
It's like
I'm probably gonna buy this.
A couple of weeks to a month.
I'm going to wait. I'm not getting it now.
Yeah, let shit get better. Let them rebalance. Let them fix things up. Let them introduce a bit more, and then I'll get into it. At the same time, the reasoning behind that is, since our conversation last time, I started playing Apex Legends.
Yeah,
and I want to give that a bit of an opportunity. So, like, I've never really cared for battle royales.
Yes.
To be fair, still don't really care that much for them.
Yeah, whatever.
But Apex Legends has been a little bit of fun.
Cool.
So I've been playing through that, and still suck at it. Still 100% suck at it.
Yeah.
It does get frustrating because I'm only solo queuing at the moment.
Yep.
And it's just, and similarly, I think that it has some scaling sort of issues in the sense of very early on. There's actually no. To be fair, it's a fairly, like, everybody's on a level playing field. Like, there's no, like, people...
That's the concept of the battle royale, right? You don't want to be like, hey, I dropped in and I've already got guns because I paid money.
But the thing is, there's a lot of people on there that are just good at battle royale. They've played a lot of battle royales. They jump from
new battle royale to new battle royale to new
effectively.
battle royale.
So, like, I think I'm at a disadvantage because this is effectively my first battle royale.
Yep.
But having said that, it's still fun. Like, you still manage to get a few really good games. You get some really shit short games as well. But so I'm giving that a bit of a chance. I reckon I'll give it a couple more weeks, play through it. I do think that I'll get over it fairly quickly just because battle royales aren't my jam. But I think that it has enough of I get why it's popular. It has enough of a flavor to it to kind of have people enjoying it. It's not just another generic carbon copy of all the battle royales that are around.
Yep.
So I do like it. But I reckon I will give that a rest after a while, and that's when I reckon I'll get into Anthem. That's when I'll be like, because again, this is absolutely, it feels a lot more like my style of game.
Yeah.
It looks cooler. It has more to it. I can jump in and play on my own if I want to, but then there's also the aspect of having a group that you go in with.
I find this really funny though, because, like, you know, we are. It's a bit bizarre because, like, I feel this is like very much your game, and this is what I'm worried about Anthem is that you're right. This is very much the thing that you would choose to play generally, but yet somehow you're still on the fence.
Yeah.
Which makes me worried about Anthem, because I'm like, if we can't, like, if someone's like, this is exactly the game that I would usually play and want to play, and then you're like, oh wait,
but I'm gonna wait.
What's wrong? There's something wrong in that. There's something like EA/Bioware has done something wrong somewhere. Yeah. For your reaction to be, so I'm gonna wait till this pans out.
Yes and no, because I don't think that they've done anything wrong in my mind anyway, because I can see what they want to do. I can see where they're going with it. And so my waiting is like, I'm confident that you're gonna get this right. Maybe not right. I don't think there's a right, but I'm confident you'll get it to a point where it is definitely enjoyable. I can jump in and I can just progressively enjoy it more and continue to proceed. The reason I'm not jumping into it right now is exactly your feedback, exactly the kind of feedback we've been getting in general. There are things about it that aren't so enjoyable. There are things about it that's very grindy. I'm not a big fan of grindy games. The scaling isn't so great right now. To your previous point of the point where you're up to, where you need to do this big thing in the open world that
I've only got
you
so much
couldn't
time.
progress until you got to that point, and then now you have to start from scratch. That would have given me the shits. Like,
You would have been like, I'm fucking done.
I would have put it there. Like, I reckon I'd come back to it.
Yeah.
But at one point, I'll just be like, nope, I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
It's happened with other games. There was one game that I was playing, Lords of the Fallen, where I fought this massive monster. It took like half an hour. Finally grinding it down, and then my game kind of just crashed. Like, it had like very little health left. The game crashed, like it just froze.
And you're like, no.
And I was just like, okay. I wasn't pissed.
I'm not playing this again.
I just can't be bothered to do this again now. Yeah. And I literally left it for a month before I came back and redid it. And not breezed through it, but got through it.
Which for Lords of the Fallen, probably not the end of the world, because it is a self-contained game.
It's entirely single player. You just do your thing.
They need you logging in every day.
Yeah.
So for that to happen in a game like Anthem or a game like Destiny,
that's
fucked.
That's
bad.
Yeah.
That's very bad.
Yeah. So
because their whole ecosystem relies on people you logging in every day.
Playing consistently. So that's why I'm waiting. It's not that I'm like, oh, they've done something wrong, or I don't like the look of it, or I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not on the fence. I'm absolutely very much behind this, simply because I can see that they're progressing it. I can see that changes are coming, and I can see that I can kind of see where they're going with it. If to your point of going, like it's beautiful, it's a pretty game, but meh. And if they said nothing, and if they just said, here's your game, go play, and that was all the impression that we got, and they weren't known for taking on feedback and known for improving things, then I'll be like, shit, probably won't play it. Yeah, that would have been a bad reaction.
Yeah.
Whereas this is okay, I know that you've just kind of put something out there.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
I mean, I know I've already invested in this game, so the idea that I am somewhat biased because I want to justify that my purchase was correct. But it is also good to see the fact that if the game is somewhat shitty to begin with, but the developer gets on it within like literally a week and has got fixes out for it, to me I get the sense of thinking, okay, silver lining in this, silver lining that, okay, well maybe that if there's issues and the community does have problems with the game, then they're going to be like, get on it. Yeah. They're going to fix it, and then they're going to be listening to you, which is a game that if you are looking at, because it is an MMO, a game you're investing your time in, and we're talking hundreds of hours of gameplay. You want the satisfaction of thinking like, if something goes wrong with this game, I want a team like on this shit fixing it away, and I want the development team to be listening. Yeah, I want them to listen.
Do you know why
I feel kind of okay about that?
Do you know why I'm so happy about this?
Yeah.
In the way that it is, it's effectively user testing. Like the way that I see it is a large, and tying it into our line of work.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times that we, or myself as a consultant, we're just like, guys, whatever you're building, you need to user test the shit out of this thing, because you don't know what your customers are going to like.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can be like, we think they're going to love this game. We spent hours building it, brainstorming what our users are going to love.
We did everything.
We know exactly what they're going to love. We've built the perfect game. Here you go. Bow. Yeah. But whereas you're like, hey, we've kind of just thrown this thing together really quickly just so you can tell us, hey, are we in the right track or not? Yeah. That's what I feel like this is.
The game was also $60 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's a very good price.
I was like, that's cheaper than your standard AAA title, which is good because, to be honest, if I paid $100 for this, or generally the standard now is like 80, 85 kind of dollars, I probably would have been a bit more upset. I probably would have been like, spent $80 on this, spent $100 on this. Nah. But I was like, $60. I've got a solid 6 hours out of the game so far, and I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
I want to see more, but to be honest, I'm going to play more. And then, the amount of time that I've played it and not hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, so good. So far, so good.
Also, just kind of like to tie back into one of our favorite reoccurring topics and bashing on EA and their money grubbing ways.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, okay, again, just talking about Anthem and talking about Apex Legends, have they turned a new leaf?
Nah. Nah. All they've done is they've done, okay, understand, we fucked up. We fucked up with Battlefront. We know the governments of the world are trying to outlaw loot boxes because of what we did. So, we're not going to do loot boxes. We are still going to make a grindy as fuck game though, and we're still going to make microtransactions. And while you can just buy the thing, so it's not gambling, there is no way, shape or form of gambling in Anthem. Having said that though, when you're starting to play the game, I've played the game for 6 hours and made roughly 11,000 coins. That's 6 hours of gameplay so far. I hope it will become faster, but it doesn't look promising. If that's the standard, and a rare costs me 18,000 per piece.
Yep.
18,000 per piece.
So you've done 11,000 so far?
Yeah.
On 6 hours?
Yeah.
So on average, like 10 hours.
Maybe.
For one piece of a rare item.
Of rare. Blue. Not even
legendary.
Not purple.
Yeah.
Not masterwork.
Yeah.
Fucking blue.
Yeah.
And I was like,
blue.
So, purple, I think so far is the whole suit, I want to say, for like 61.
61.
And I'm like,
so that's 6 hours for 11. 61 times 6 times 6, 36 hours. 36 to 40
I'm
hours.
sure the thing is there are new challenges that are monthlies and stuff that are like you get thousands of coin at one go.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be faster. And again, but at the point I am in the game right now, and this is the thing, because people are starting to play the game and they see how slow they're getting coins and they want to buy the cool armor because they've just started and they just want to get in.
Yeah.
I can see them immediately
just
going to
frustrating.
the transaction store immediately. Yeah. And the thing is, coins might be easier to collect when you're at high level. When you're at level, that's my thought. So I think from memory, level 25 plus is where they start.
Everything's
from what
unlocked.
I've seen in the game where they're like, oh, Masterwalk stuff starts dropping.
Yeah.
Which is the highest tier of shit.
Yeah.
So my guess is 25 and up is like,
we're
getting to the core cream of the kind of game at this point, and we're starting to see everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 25 levels, I'm level 9 out of one day. So who knows? But in saying that though, like that is, coins might be easy to come by at that point. But as far as I'm seeing 6 hours they coins are not coming fast. Okay. And things are fucking expensive in that store. So
okay. So in conclusion, EA still not on your side yet.
Doesn't really
keep working. Keep working on that image.
I need more. I really, and that's the thing. Like I really want to love this game, and that's my biggest first impression. I really want to love this game. There are so many BioWare elements in it that make me go like, yes.
I think
I want this. I want this to work. I want this to work. I'm having not the best time I've ever had playing a game, but I'm not hating the time I spent playing Anthem. And I'm gonna be playing more tonight. Like I'm gonna be doing it. But like I'm just kind of like, I want to love it, and it's just it's not fucking there.
Why won't you let me love you?
Really. Like it's getting to this point where I'm just like, I just want it to be what I hope it could be and what this thing could be, and you're just not there yet. You're just not there yet.
Okay. And to that point as well, like you said, we personally do have a little bit of bias to it. So our opinions are potentially rose tinted. How's it? Rose glasses.
Having said that, though, I want to say as well, people also love throwing people like, the internet, and we're on YouTube. So like, you see every channel on YouTube and lots of like online media, trying to chase clicks, trying to make sure their shit is up the top. And by going up the top and saying Anthem is boring, Anthem is shit, Anthem is going to fail, and then blah, blah, blah. So, and I personally don't like that, because realistically, let's be honest, the title of this video is probably going to be like, does Anthem suck? I'm just going to put that one out there.
To you.
I'm not going to lie. But hopefully, you can offer a more balanced and thoughtful opinion and something that's like, I don't want to like go off and fucking suck EA's dick on this, but I do kind of want to have a discussion about, listen, the game, game's not all there. And we do raise these interesting questions and have been like, well, when is a game a game? Because we're talking about like, oh, but it will be good. And you're like, yeah, but I had to pay $60 for something that isn't good right now.
Yeah.
And we're coming from the old world of games, unacceptable.
Yeah.
But now
that's the thing. It's changed. It's a service. It's something that continuously gets improved and worked on. So I think you kind of have to have a different mentality or a lens when you're looking at games like this, simply because it's not just you buy the disc, you play the game, you throw in 20, 40, 60 hours and you're done. You'll still be playing, potentially, if they do this well, you'll still be playing this in a year. You'll still be playing in 2 years. If they do what they want to do, you'll still be playing in 5 years, 10 years. It's a completely different landscape now.
It is.
My earlier point, we do have a level of bias when it comes to these sorts of things. So I personally would love to hear what you guys have to think about it.
Yeah.
Play it. If you also love these sorts of games.
Also, I don't want to hear opinions of people being like, well, I know Jim Sterling said he hated it, so this game fucking sucks.
Yeah. No, we want your opinion.
Like, please.
We want your intelligent
and
individual
if you did agree with
opinion.
I'm just saying Jim Sterling because I just watched his video recently. I'm not being like, oh, his opinion's wrong.
Hate Jim Sterling.
No, I love the man, but like, just like, don't quote people. Like, you do need to read the game. I mean, you can watch videos and be like, listen, this game just does not look good.
Yeah,
and that's totally fine. But I'm really keen to see people playing who are playing Anthem, or actually who are considering buying Anthem. Or be like, this is a game for me, but if they've bought it or not, are they enjoying it? And if they haven't bought it, why not? Because that to me is like Anthem's core issue, is that people are still sitting on the fence about this game. And it's very lukewarm, and which could be foundations for great things. Or it could be like a few months in and then they miss it and it doesn't get better. And then people are like, well, and we could be talking about this in 6 months' time being like, man, where the fuck did that game go?
Remember that game Anthem?
Yeah.
Remember how that didn't work?
Yeah.
But keen to hear what people have to say. Once again, if it's something you've already played, let us know.
I'm very keen to hear more people.
You haven't and you're like on the fence, let us know why. And
at the moment, every one of my friends is asking me for my opinion. So I've really not heard that many other opinions apart from people that need clicks on the internet. So I would like to hear some other opinions.
We would like to hear some genuine people who have played it, who are just looking into it. Let us know what you think, and just jump onto our Discord or even just in the comments in the video and just like throw your thoughts at our faces.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Okay. Anything else?
I think
we want to touch on.
Man, we nearly went for an hour. This is gonna be a short podcast. What's going on?
We burned through like a 50-minute cast when
I think that's the longest we've ever talked about a single subject.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Having said that, though, there were many existential questions. What is a live service? The nature of gaming.
What is happening to our beloved gaming industry? Oh my God. Do we still hate EA? Yes.
I'm sorry, man.
Anyway.
The days of me loving Mutant League Football, like... I love Mutant League Football. I'm not going to say it. But no, that was the first game that I remember being like, looking at the splash card and being like, this EA, they make good games, because like all my favorite games at that time were like EA.
Here's the thing. EA,
they were a small little publisher at that point.
20 years ago were the shit. They gave us FIFA. I love the crap out of FIFA. They gave us all the sports games, which is why I love them. But like a lot of companies, they got big. They got up themselves and they got all about the money.
Did you actually see as well recently, because we have been talking about Apex Legends, that the boss of Respawn like threw EA under the bus? Did you see that? No. So they were like, oh yeah, so the interesting thing, quickly touch on this, is people are like, so Apex Legends is doing really well. That's EA published. Yeah. Respawn made, EA published. Okay, cool. EA has spent fucking millions of dollars just promoting Anthem everywhere.
Yeah. What's the go?
Why not promote Apex Legends? They dropped Apex Legends on a fucking whim, and all of a sudden it's huge.
Yeah.
And they spent all this money on Anthem, and you get some lukewarm responses.
Yeah.
You kind of seeing like,
what's the go?
What's the marketing decision? Yeah. And the marketing decision apparently is that EA had zero to do with Apex Legends.
Yeah.
The Respawn boss was like, no, they didn't do shit.
Yeah, that was all us, guys.
This is all us. This is Respawn 100%.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you just throwing your publisher under the bus like that, huh?
We just needed them to print the CDs.
It's like they didn't even. It's like they didn't even realize it went up in Origin one day. Like Respawn just like pushed it up in Origin, and then EA's like,
wait,
what the fuck is this?
Hold on.
What is this game? Why are we getting so many downloads? What the fuck is going on?
Hold on. Hey, Respawn. Who are you, and why is our logo on your game? we made this.
I thought this was supposed to be Titanfall 3. What happened to Titanfall 3? No, we made
Jerry,
this.
did you know anything about this Apex Legends thing? What's Apex Legends? I don't know. I'm talking to the guy. I don't know what's going on either. I'm pissed off. There's this game that's come out. That's got our logo on it. Nobody's telling me anything anymore.
It's already got 20 million downloads. What the fuck is happening?
Jerry, what the shit is going on over here?
Anthem comes out next week. What the fuck? So yeah, it's
Call Greg. We need to work this out.
God, but that's the thing. And they're like, it's free. We released it for free.
We never release anything for free. Who approved this? Why? 20 million. Can you imagine how much money we would have made if 20 million people bought this game instead of just downloaded it? What the hell is going on, Jerry?
So it's their best release in like years, and they didn't know. It had nothing to do with it, apparently. So and EA has been notably all over BioWare. So a lot of people are kind of like hating the people that hate EA, which is most of us, are sitting back with their arms being like, ha 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 ha.
In your
Looks
face.
like EA can't do fucking anything right.
Okay. All right. I kind of enjoyed that little impromptu quip of ours.
Great.
Anyway, just to tie back to the very beginning of this cast, I'm just going to throw it back out there. Check out Umbrella Academy. I'm enjoying it. I think it's worth a watch. If you have watched it, if you're like Ben and have watched the whole thing, jump onto Discord. Let us know what you think. And if there's any new games that are coming out that's not Anthem and or Apex Legends that you're keen for, let us know. And we'll...
Dead or Alive. Show me some of them TNA, baby. I'm so ashamed to be a fan of that fucking game.
Adam,
I'm so
just,
ashamed.
Just in the games for the arse and tits. Check out Dead or Alive.
It's a really good fighting game, but it's embarrassing to say you're a fan of it.
Nobody plays it for the fighting. Nobody. But yeah, jump onto our Discord or even just in the comments. Let us know what you're keen for. Would love for some new ideas of things to check out. Like I said, I'm probably gonna lay low on the Apex Legends, so I'm keen for something new to play. So yeah, just give us some opinions.
Dead or Alive 6 comes out in a week. Oh, seriously, I'll talk about it. Actually, I'll probably do some Dead or Alive 6 videos as well.
That'll be cool.
They might come out. Yeah.
All right, man. Anything else?
No,
we're good.
That's it.
Thank you all very much, and we'll catch you all later.
Bye.
Bye.